Firstly, before we get into it, just your early memories from State of Origin footy, Boomer.
Higo, I played when I was very young, 21 years old. I actually had my 21st birthday the night before the state game, Brownie, so the preparation wasn't quite as good as I would have liked it to be, but the memories leading into it, I think Higo was the biggest thing. I played for Geelong growing up and Gary Hocking was there, Peter Riccardi was there, and then you just got other stars. Brent Ratton played, and the guys I looked up to growing up were all playing, and going to my first training session. I'd been in the system for 4 or 5 years at North Melbourne, but it was excitement. It was really exciting to go and just mingle with those stars that I looked up to.
And for you, Brownie, 2 EJs, 9 years apart. Your first year was 88. Can you remember too much from those days?
Yeah, no, I can. I just love state footy. I used to remember when I was a kid at primary school, I used to get Mum to come and pick me up as early as she could, and I'd whip out the door from school, and so I could get home right on, because Western Australian games, I think they started right on about 3:35, so I never missed one, and when I got the opportunity to play, I was just all over it.
What about the build-up, playing, but also maybe early days? You touched on it when you were watching as a kid, but playing, what was the build-up like then? Because as current day players, we haven't had the opportunity to experience that.
Oh, the build-up was pretty big. You used to get the letter, or the club would get the letter and say you're in the squad, and then you would have the training sessions leading up, about a month of training sessions. I really enjoyed that part of it too. Playing with the best of the best, or training with the best of the best, was just a real thrill.
And Boomer, obviously you would have loved to have had 15 or 20 jumpers, but in some ways to only have one early days, and then you played the 2008 game, but that one jumper and also capping off with an EJ medal must be something special.
Yeah, it certainly is, and I was lucky enough to play footy for a long, long time. That sits right up there with the personal accolades, I guess. But like Brownie said, just mingling with those players and seeing the preparation they go through and seeing the elite do what they do was fantastic. And to be quite honest with you, I was 21, a couple of guys pulled out, so I got a late call up. I was pretty happy just to be there. Yeah. And then obviously it was raining, so it was a good day for me. Kicked a couple and won the medal, which was a bit of a dream come true, I guess, at 21 years old.
And Brownie, I've watched a couple of the highlights in the games that have been on Fox Footy of recent times, and you're in a star-studded forward line. Chat to me about some of the names that you played alongside, particularly through the 90s.
Oh yeah, geez, I remember one game, and I think it was '89, where the forward line was Dunstall, Lockett, Brereton, Tim Watson was there. Did I say Gary Ablett? No. How can I leave him out?
Someone just roaming on the half-forward flank.
It was just incredible. The state football for me was just right up there. I just couldn't wait to hopefully get an opportunity and to play. And I was fortunate enough to captain, and I still put that down as one of my greatest accolades.
Talk to us about going to Football Park with 50, 60,000 screaming South Australians there, and the atmosphere that you guys would have walked into.
Oh yeah, it was incredible, because they're crazy lot over there, especially they love their footy, I mean, as we do, but I think they think they're the #1 footy state, so it was a bit of rivalry, and the crowds were always full. Footy Park was quite an amazing venue when it was full, and there's not many Victorians over there barracking for you, so it was pretty daunting, but it was a great challenge. Yeah, we loved it.
Have you got a game that stands out, or a moment over the 12 or 15 years that you represented Victoria?
There's probably a few. You know, my very first game, because I was so excited, and as I said before, being captain was just such a thrill. I just got so many great memories. Extremely lucky.
What about you, Boom? You would have been one of the older guys there on that night in 2008, but even back to 99, is there one player that stands out that you're so thankful you got to run out alongside?
Yeah, I think I mentioned him earlier. Gary Hocking, growing up as a Geelong supporter, he was one of my idols, and to be there and just train with him, and then to see how he goes about it and his leadership skills that he showed that day, I think Gary Hocking probably sticks out for me though.
So Boom, 99, obviously an amazing year for you and the football club, but was that game for you, State of Origin football, how much was that the driving force, particularly in the premiership that year, but also for the 400 plus games that you ended up playing?
Yeah, it probably was, Higo. When I look back at it now, that could have been the game that made me stand up and feel that I was comfortable and probably able to challenge other defenders properly in my career. Like you said, 99, a very big year. Played for Victoria, won a premiership, but it was after that game where I started getting a little bit more recognition, people expected a little bit more, so then you put a little bit more pressure on yourself. So I guess that game really stands out kicking a handful of goals and then getting the best defender when you go back to your club football probably made me work a little bit harder.
Is there a place for State of Origin football?
Look, I understand all the challenges there are, bringing it back as a regular, but gee whiz, I think the players and the supporters love it whenever the opportunity arises. So I'd love to think that we can look into maybe an opportunity to bring it back on a regular basis for sure.
What about you, Boomer? You'd love to see the big V running around in years to come?
Yeah, well, I think the concept, and I don't know exactly how it works or when it works, but I think every 2 to 3, maybe 3 to 4 years, similar to the Olympics, because if you're the elite of the competition and you choose not to play, you might not ever represent your state ever again. If you're very good, you might do it 2 times. If you're elite, you might do it 3 times, maximum though. So if you do that, I think that's a bit of a driving force to say, no, I want to play. And there's no pressure on you guys tonight to perform, because there's going to be a bunch of 14, 15, 16 year old kids watching this game thinking, one day I want to do that as well. So make sure you go all right, mate.
Well, I hope that this is the start of great things to come in terms of getting State of Origin football back, but far bigger things to celebrate tonight and raise money for, and hopefully everyone can get along, and I'm looking forward to it. And to you two guys, thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
Thanks again.